Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and today I want to show you how to make the tortoise shell stitch. I love using this stitch on shawls and scarves, so I hope you will love this too. Let's go ahead and let's get started. For this tutorial, I will be using a stash of mariner yarn and a 4mm crochet hook. I'm going to begin with a slip knot. The tortoise shell stitch is a multiple of 8 plus 2. So for this tutorial, I will be chaining 32 plus 2. That's a total of 34 chains. This shell stitch is a 4-row repeat, but technically there's only 2 rows to repeat in this pattern, but each 2 rows are offset by half of the shell stitch, so I wanted to cover both when it happens. So now I have 32 chains. I'll go ahead and add 2 more. Okay, to begin with the first stitch, I'm going to make a single crochet into the second chain from the hook. I'm going to skip the next 3 chains. One, 2, and 3. And on the next chain, I'm going to make a double crochet. And then I'm going to chain 1. Then I'm going to work a double crochet into the same chain stitch. And then I'm going to chain 3. And then I'm going to work another double crochet into the same stitch. Chain 1. And one last double crochet into the same stitch. Now I'm going to skip the next 3 chains. It's 1, 2, and 3 into the next chain. So this is our first tortoise shell stitch. To continue on, I'm going to skip the next 3 chains. And work a double crochet into the next chain. I'm going to copy our previous stitches. I'm going to chain 1 and work a double crochet into the same stitch. Chain 3, work another double crochet, chain 1, and then work another double crochet into that same chain stitch. I'm going to skip the next 3 chains and work a single crochet into the next chain. So this is the second tortoise shell stitch. I'm going to repeat that all the way across. I'm going to skip the next 3 chains, 1 double crochet into the next chain, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 3, 1 double crochet, chain 1 and 1 double crochet into the same chain stitch. Keep the next 3 chains, 1 single crochet into the next chain. I'm here now on the last 4 chains, and I am going to skip the next 3 chains. The last stitch here should be a single crochet. This is the first row of the tortoise shell stitch. The next row will be the beginning of the row repeat. To continue on row 2, I'm going to chain 7. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The first 4 chains will be counted as 1 treble crochet, and the next 3 chains as spaces. I have turned my work. I'm going to make a single crochet into the next chain 3 space, which is the top of the tortoise shell stitch, chain 3, and work another single crochet into the same chain 3 space. Chain 3 and work a treble crochet into the next single crochet, which is between the 2 shell stitches. Chain 3, and work 1 single crochet, chain 3, and another single crochet into the next chain 3 space, which is on top of the next shell stitch. I'm going to repeat that all the way across. That's chain 3, 1 treble crochet into the next single crochet, chain 3, and work 1 single crochet, chain 3, and another single crochet into the next chain 3 space. I am now on top of the last tortoise shell stitch. From here, I'm going to chain 3 and work a treble crochet on the next single crochet, which is the very last stitch at the bottom of the shell stitch. Let's take a look. So this is the second row and the first row of the row repeat. To continue on row 3, I'm going to chain 4. This will be counted as 1 double crochet and a chain 1 space. Then I'll turn my work, and then I'm going to work a double crochet into the same stitch. Chain 1 and then work another double crochet into the same stitch. From here I'm going to skip the next chain 3 space and work a single crochet into the next chain 3 space. As you can see here, I have worked just half of the tortoise shell stitch. Now I am going to skip the next chain 3 space, and on top of the treble crochet I'm going to work a full tortoise shell stitch. I'm going to skip the next chain 3 space and finish up the stitch on the next chain 3 space with a single crochet. We can see clearly here that the beginning of row 3 is half of the shell stitch, and we have the full shell stitch here. I'm going to continue all the way across. I'm going to skip the next chain 3 space and work the tortoise shell stitch on top of the next treble crochet. Then skip the next chain 3 space and single crochet into the next chain 3 space. I'll repeat that to make sure I take the full loop of the yarn. Now we are towards the end of the row. I have got 7 turning chains here from previous row. I'm going to work the last stitches on the fourth chain. Whichever way I begin counting, it will always be pointing on that same chain, this chain here. I'm going to work a double crochet, a chain 1, double crochet, a chain 1, and one last double crochet, all in that same chain stitch. So that is the other half of the tortoise shell stitch. You can see it's the same look at the beginning, but it's the opposite half. To continue on row 4, I'm going to chain 1 and then turn. I'm going to work a single crochet into the same stitch. Then another single crochet, but this time into the next chain 1 space right here. And then I'm going to chain 3 and work a treble crochet into the next single crochet at the bottom of the shell stitch. Chain 3 and then work a single crochet into the next chain 3 space. Chain 3 again and work another single crochet into the same chain 3 space. Just like the second row, I'm going to repeat that all the way across. The only difference is that I am half a shell stitch offset because of the previous row. Now that I am towards the last stitch, I'm going to work a single crochet into the chain 4 turning chains space. And then another single crochet on top of the third chain of that turning chain. As you can see, we have 2 single crochet at this end, one on the turning chain space and one on the third chain. And we also have 2 single crochets at the beginning of this row, but the opposite way. So this is row 4. I will proceed to the last row, repeat, which is row 5. To begin, I'm going to chain 1 and turn. Then I'm going to make 1 single crochet into the first stitch. Here I'm going to skip the next single crochet and the next chain 3 space, and then I'll work the tortoise shell stitch into the next treble crochet. As always, I'm going to skip the next chain 3 space and make the single crochet into the next chain 3 space. I will continue on making the shell stitches on each treble crochet, just like what I did in row 3. Towards the last stitch, you can see I have 2 consecutive single crochets. So I will skip the next chain 3 space and the next single crochet and work the last single crochet into the last stitch. Not this one, but this one. And there you have it. This is the tortoise shell stitch. It requires 5 rows to show you the repeat variations, but if I am to continue, I will only be repeating from row 2 to row 5. As you can see, row 5 is just as the same as row 1. I'm going to make one more repeat to show you some heights. So that will be my row 6 to row 9. So here I am with 9 rows of the tortoise shell stitch. Look how lovely it is. Thank you for watching. I hope you like this stitch. I'll see you again next time.